I just reposted yesterday, or maybe this day before. I lose track of my days, but a meme of Daryl Dixon. You can tell it's Daryl because the wings on his leather jacket, and the quote next to it. I paraphrase because I can't remember the exact words. Before the apocalypse, I was nothing. Because everybody's trying to guess profession. Or not everybody, but a few people are trying to guess the profession, and he didn't have one. Yeah, he was a hunter. He was a drifter, though. Just going where Merle went, and didn't really have a job. He probably took odd jobs, but he didn't really have a job. Merle was a druggie and a drug dealer, so he probably muled. I'm thinking Daryl got roped into carrying for a while, but in any case, he says he was nothing. That's because he had no profession. So the question I raise is, what do you do now, and how will it help you in the zombie apocalypse? I asked that in my caption, and I get some answers. I asked something similar probably about 6 months ago on a different page with something else. I got a medic in the army, and a teacher, and a veterinarian stuff. It's translatable. Skills are pretty translatable. Army guys, wow. I mean, that's good. Anything you do in the army, though, you've gone through boot camp, so you can at least shoot a gun and survive. But the question really started rolling around my head 6 or 8 months ago, whenever I worked at a call center, and directly, that profession has nothing to do with survival in the apocalypse, because there's not going to be phones, no computers, no TVs. I mean, technology's so working with the phone and being able to use software on the computer, those are skills. Great, they help me in my work, but they don't really help me in the long run. When the doomsday happens, those skills don't help me. So I started to focus on other skills, software skills that are related to the profession. Being able to describe things, to talk and listen. So it's like a communication thing. I have to be able to communicate with words. I tried to focus. I'm not good at it. De-escalation. Calming people down, using my words, and just so it doesn't keep escalating into getting hit with a machete or something, and that would happen in the apocalypse. So I've got to focus on those soft skills. But that was what job I was in then. I've recently started another job, which is, it's pretty much custodial. I empty ashtrays at a casino. I pick up trash, and I rebag cans, and I'm sure there'll be more things that I'll do, but I've just started, and that's the kind of thing that. So my profession in itself won't directly relate to survival in the apocalypse. I'll see a lot of weird people, a lot of different kinds of people. You work with diverse people, you see diverse clientele, and when it comes to, after society falls, that's what it's going to be like. You're going to have to get along well with different kinds of people, or at least communicate with them. Hey, there's some other skills I'm tying in. So see, your profession doesn't directly have a lot to do with the apocalypse. It can. Now, maybe you're a trained army, you're a trained military, even cops are trained. A Like, look at Shane. He knew how to use guns. He was a really good marksman. So there are things that directly relate to it. But indirectly, your profession might not have anything to do with it. What really has to do with your ability to survival is character. It's things that you put into yourself. They're intangibles. There's not a label attached to them. And moving the camera's crazy right now. No character in Walking Dead is this more apparent with than with Glenn Rhee. Glenn was a pizza delivery boy. He never talked about any specific training he had, martial arts or guns or knives or any of that. He played video games, he delivered pizza, and he saw roads. I'm thinking he delivered in Atlanta because he knew Atlanta pretty well. He knew the streets. And he's a quick in and out guy. He was always a running in and out guy. But he has become one of my favorite characters in the group of survivors in The Walking Dead because he's very loyal, he's very versatile, he's a hard worker, and he's learned a lot. I mean, he's changed because he's so much more than what his profession says he was. And I like that a lot.